Hey everyone, I'm going to get started into my first tip that I teased last video, and that is, what should a college planning strategy look like for a middle schooler? And we're going to hit these real quick, and then we'll do them in separate videos later so we can expound on them and spend more time. So first, good grades. Don't really need to expound on that one, but if they can be in their high school level math, their 8th grade year, that's the best thing. It's not always offered and it's not always going to be necessary, but rigor is important to colleges and we need to keep that in mind. And you want to be the best you can be at your school because that's who you're being weighed against primarily. My son was not in high school math his 8th grade year, and it didn't seem to affect his merit too much, but it's never going to hurt. So that should be a goal. Second, you want to get into service learning. And if your child is under 16 years old, you're probably going to have to do some service learning with them unless another adult goes with them. But service learning, serving in the community, serving at your church. Some public schools don't recognize public or church service learning, and they won't credit them for service learning hours, but you should still do those things in addition to the other service learning. My son volunteered at the Science Center and had 250 hours by the time he was a junior, so it was really awesome way to get those service learning hours, especially if you're looking to get your service learning diploma. We'll talk more about that later. National Junior Honor Society should also be a goal, and they also offer service learning opportunities for your children. So just keep that in mind. That's one of the things that they should have on their radar. Then develop your talents and gifts. What are you passionate about? What does your child love? I've got one that is passionate about singing. I got another one that's passionate about orthodontics. My son was passionate about gaming. Develop their talents and gifts. Encourage them to use them. And that'll go a long way into helping your child get to the point where they are showing that they intend on college and on going to college, and that's their strategy is strong. The other thing, and this might be a little controversial, is the PSAT. You want your middle schooler taking the PSAT. A lot of schools don't offer it until 8th grade, but you can go online to College Board and take a PSAT at any time. You can actually self-score it for them, have them take it at home and self-score it. I've done that one time here, and then have them do it as soon as the school offers as well. You want to have that practice under their belts. And so Aubrey has taken the PSAT at least one time in 4th grade when she was part of Duke Tip. The second time she took the PSAT was here at home. And the third time was just this past year at her school. And she actually loves taking the PSAT. She is competitive and she wants to beat her brother's score. She is on a mission. So now the last thing, what should a college planning strategy look like for a middle schooler is they should have a binder. They should have a binder, and they should have on the front, and I'm covering up the names, they should have on front your child's name, college binder. And inside the binder, and I'm not going to be able to show everything, I have certificates that are put into one side of the binder in the little folds right there. And then everything else is tabs. So I have academics, testing, service, extracurricular activities, and the PSAT, all tabbed. And so what my daughter does is she puts in her 6th grade service and extracurriculars, and she writes down all the student activities she was involved in, awards that she won, any kind of leadership that she had, any team sport that she played, and she's been doing that for the last 3 years. So she's got that handled. Got all the report cards all the way back from preschool there. I know, most of it's not gonna matter. Any testing that she took at school, I keep that tabbed there. Her service options, we always make a list of where we can serve because, like I said, a lot of times I'm serving with her until she reaches that age, but it's been fun. So, get involved together. It's great. a place for her to keep track of her service learning hours and what she did. And we'll talk more about what you want to include in that. And then her PSATs. I've kept every single one of her PSATs in the file so she can look back and see what questions did she miss, because you know how to get those scores up. Go to the questions you missed and raise that score by knowing the answer next time. So that is pretty much the gist of what, over a high level of things, what it should look like. I've covered the binder. If you have any questions, you can feel free to send me a message and ask away. I'll try to answer as best I can and as quickly as I can. And then the next time we see you, I will be doing the video on what shouldn't middle school strategy look like. You know, what should it, we know what it should look like, and we're going to dive deeper into that, but what shouldn't it look like? What do colleges not want to see that you did while you were planning? So we'll talk about that next time. But thanks, guys, for joining in.